Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 438th edition of InvestData Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yes, I will say that the market across the globe has opened the new trading week on a mixed note. We are seeing that some markets across the globe are already in red, while some are trying to work to side trend. Even seeing that the first week of the month of July that usher in the second half of the year has also remained mixed as a lot of what expectation of macroeconomic data and which is also shaping investor sentiment in this different market. But looking at what is happening in Asia market, I'll tell you that Asia stocks are deep as a result of what China trade risk that has persisted as a result of the EU and even US looking that this trade trade risk in terms of trade war tension has also put kind of sentiment down for most of the market players in that environment. It's a real concern for them as the trade war has kicked off with the West. This also as a result of market also looking to see more signal on what on interest rate direction from Fed. And also we expect that there will be testimony from Fed chairman today. I think that all eyes are still on inflation data. And also we're seeing that in US that unemployment rate is about 4.1, and that out of Canada has also gone above 6.4. These are also what's shaping, and that is why when you see Canada going ahead to cut rate, they know that high interest rates have put the economy in tight corner as cost of fund has also rallied, and that has also slowed down the economy. That's why we are seeing unemployment rate going high. And I believe that this is also a clue for what we're going to hear from Fed chairman on how and when. But all eyes are still on what on September for rate cut to start. But the Fed committee, or let's say the policymakers are also emphasizing that they want to see more data to give them a clue of what they are going to do on the next MPC meeting in that or next policy meeting in that environment. Regional markets along in that zone of Asia, I think that the outcome of this regard as this positive performance in Wall Street on Friday, as well as most of the indexes in Wall Street was up to close the week on new high for the previous week. But this morning in that environment, they are ignoring all those that as all eyes are still, like I said earlier, they are all betting on what on interest rate cut, seeing that yes that unemployment has rallied, and also all eyes are still on what on inflation data. This is expected also to give more direction on what how optimism they are as rate cut. But the good thing is that this China stock market also is thinking on what on the regard of what this trade G trade weighing on what on sentiment, and that's a result of when you see the West fight in terms of trade, knowing that Europe and China they are big business continent or zone. But now you can see that Europe is moving their trade to US. These are the things about. Also, we expect that this is going to drive a China stock market in this direction, and also all others still what the People Bank of China will be doing in terms of rate cut or high, and also or also inflation figure in that environment. Looking at the EU over the world, the tariff issue that have also started impacting also having a concern worsening the ties of these two regions, US and Europe and with China, and all these are also what trying to put measure for kind of slowing down in China. But especially that China will retaliate, even that we are seeing that investor sentiment is changing. But in all, I think that Japan market is also hitting a new high. For me, it's a good news for Japan, even when fear of buying more or not buying Japan bond. But foreigners are taking advantage of the low, the weak, the weak yen or the weak currency of Japan, to take advantage because we are seeing that Japan yen is hitting the 38 years low. This also attraction there, as people are taking advantage of it. But it's clear that on this note, whether Japan, Bank of Japan will be hiking rate, but in the midst of all this weak growth or weak data that are coming, we are seeing more positive outlook for local stocks in that environment. But if you look at what is happening in India, India has been on the trail of what being one of the fastest growing economy, but in recent time, after the election, we are seeing a slowdown. But if you move to what is happening in the EU now, as we speak now, because of the outcome of the the election on Saturday, like I told you earlier, we're seeing that EU stocks are up. Let me say there's a mismarket. Why we're seeing the US slowing down, each other, but we're seeing that in EU stock market are looking up as a surprise that spring up from the election, and that's also shaping kind of investors' expectation and also the possible reshuffling in that environment. That's why you can see that stock market or stocks in the eurozone are looking up as we speak. Also, all eyes are still on what on data, inflation figure, looking at also some potential margin in that environment to give also a more direction on what's going to happen in that. But if you look at the US market, or put also, US market is a place that we want to look at to know what's happening in US market. If you look at US market, stocks in UK market are also down this Monday morning in US, consolidating the chart to start the week nearly on a flat note. But all eyes are on what on inflation data in US. These are going to tell you a testimony, like I said earlier, from the Fed chairman, will give you, how the week is starting ahead of what ahead of earnings season. Don't forget that across this market, or quarterly earnings are expected to start hitting the market any moment from now in this market economy. Why our market here left in Africa or Nigeria, also expect to see earnings season kicking off any moment from now. Also, it is in that environment. But the good thing is that all the major indices in the US market, the Dow Jones, the S&P, and the Nasdaq, they are all slightly in the red as we speak now. As all eyes as what on inflation data later this week, and at the same time, what Fed Fed chairman testimony, and also despite the cooling inflation, there's hope that yes, there will be rate cut, but also sign that the economy is also slowing could also lead to what to rate cut this year. But I believe that our eyes are still on what on that of September, to start. But as we speak, June consumer price index, which will be available or will released to the market within the week on Thursday. That also will give a clear direction also what got Senate and the House, in that in US also during this week expect the CBN, or let's say the Fed chairman, not CBN, sorry, the Fed chairman to come and testify, also give a clue of what the economy has performed and also what they focus. These are what investors are looking at to give them a clear direction. Knowing that new earnings season is already around the corner. Some of them are kicking off already kicking off in US already. We are expected to see numbers from the major banks, including the Citibank, that of JP Morgan, and others, to release their results, at the end of this week in that environment. When these numbers start coming, that was going to shape what the expectation and also the mood of the market. Good thing that oil price on Friday still slowed down, but despite that slowdown, we can see that for almost four straight weeks now, oil have closed higher in that environment. Don't forget that when there is hard, stronger dollar, you see that demand of both. When it's also weaker dollar, you see commodity market. But because of what the decline in supply in the US, and also we're seeing increased demand as a lot of what the summer. Well, that's also have increased the oil price. That even as we speak now, oil price have each up today as we speak in the global market as a lot of what as a result of investor traders and investors looking to see how they can take in and also factor that will drive this. But despite also we expect that the move to slow down the Gaza and Israel, slow down on the ceasefire that has been discussed. These are the things that are going to shape that market. But I believe that this talk on a ceasefire plan will also be a plus. After how many months that this Gaza war started, we expect that this geopolitical tension are also going to immediately will also slow down. But oil price remain at a straight line, a little flat like today, in the international market, trading around the 86 dollar, 86.03 dollar right away, in the international market. That is for the mature economy. Back to Africa. Africa market is missed as we speak now. I'll tell you that the market never. But if you look at NGS is in red right now as a lot of profit taking, and I'm not surprised also. And also, like I said at the beginning of the half year, that we expect that a miss session for this period, and not only that, we expect that investors will take advantage of any pullback in this market at this time also to position, especially as the early season is knocking at the door. We expect that the early filers from this week, towards the end of this week or early next week to start hitting the market. And we're seeing more companies in Nigeria coming to in kind of notifying the investing public of what interim dividend or bonus coming from them, and that's also going to increase the number of companies that are going to what into quarterly reward for shareholders, and that will be a good news that also that will shape market over here. But don't forget that all eyes are still on the banking sector, the capitalization that has dominated the market right away, and that activities will continue in the second half of the year towards 2026 April. In this note, investors should know what is your position in the market. Are you a medium, a short-term, or a long-term investor? For those that are medium and long-term investors, I'll tell you that we are seeing value in some banking stocks, especially as they are selling below their market price on the what through their right issue and their public offer. And you that is taking long and medium, yes, the way of infidelity, that one has opened, others are there. For me, if you are taking the longer term, you're having long perspective in terms of, you can look the way of fidelity now, because that is the way to go. Because this bank, as like I said last week, is moving from first year, second year to almost going to first year. And now with their performance, and now they are into three dividend, we expect that that's the bank to for the future, and investors should look the way. But yes, to our today's topic, before because of our time, we're looking at trading strength and weakness with what with price action, and that price action is actually what the sentiment that you see in the market either will send it to you or you read on your chart, because it gives you an insight to what is happening in the market, because you read the chart, you read the candlestick. And when you're talking about price action about what activities of people in the market, which is being presented what in the candlestick, and this candlestick come in different shape, and that different shape send you a signal or give you an insight what is happening in the market. That's why it's good to understand the strength and the weakness weakness in the price action. Once you're able to get that, I will tell you that yes, your problem is half solved if you are trading. But for those that enter the market without looking at charts, without looking at what is happening, even when we are seeing it clearly, people reaction. So people don't enter the market without knowing the direction. But with the help of price action, you can read the lines, you can read where market is going, you can read where the sentiment is going. Is very, very important. But before we start going further on the chart now, we're going to look at what is the market data right away at this hour. This is almost 12:13. What is the state of the market on NGS? As we speak now, I think that the market is in red. Market has opened in the red. I have been struggling to come up, but we're seeing that some stocks are still buying interest in them, while some investors are still taking profit in those stocks. But right now, we can see that the market is reading 99,910.37, down by 111.66 basic point, representing 0.12% in the red. Then, if you look at the in terms of market breadth or market internals, what to call it, you can see that market is also in negative direction. When I mean negative market breadth, we are seeing more sellers in the market right now than buyers. We have about 17 losers, against 12 gainers as we speak. But if you look at the top losers, which is very, very important, I think that Conhall is leading in that, and I'm not surprised. A lot of profit taking, but this is creating a good opportunity for investors ahead of this interest paying dividend insurance company that has shown strength in terms of performance. Despite that, there was a kind of a confusion in their dividend payment. 10 kobo and 5 kobo. Finally, it was provided at 5 kobo, but followed by Followed by Champion Brewery, Charms, and International Energy, and Ikeda. These are the top 5 losers, as we speak. But on the flip side, which is the gainer side, I think that corn oil, corporate action, and the first quarter earnings performance have continued to support this price. It's one leading the gainers chart with 10%, followed by Vetras Capital, Vaccine Nimet, and the Caverton and Universal Insurance. These are the top gainers right away as we speak in the market. But if you look at terms of volume today we're seeing in Ella Lake shows that is there something happen about 271.2 million shares traded so far in that stock at 3 naira, followed by UBA, Conhall, and also Veteran Capital and ICO. These ICO are traded as we speak 12.1 million shares. For Veterans are traded 14 million shares, and Conhall are traded 14 million shares, and UBA 14.5 million shares. This is what is the activities in the market. Yes, over to the chart. Yes, as I was saying, strength and weakness on the price action. These are very, very important things that you need to understand when you are trading. It gives you a lot of direction and help you to know when market is on the strength is and one thing that investors should understand that a big candle gives you a big information. When you see a big good candle, after a week a weak candle which is red, it shows a sign of reversal. We also the same trend, but they also say that there's always after strength, what follows is weakness. But you must understand this market that no market remain in up direction, no market remain in that direction. That's why the weakness and the strength should watch with your using like your price action. It helps you to know exactly what to do. If you look at all this, but before you can know that strength and the weakness, you must also call up some what indicators to help you. And that's why our T line what we're going to use today in this class also might also add 50 days exponential also to look at so that it can help you. Instead of 50 days, we do 21. Since we're using 8, we can do 21 also moving up exponential to give us a clear direction to know a week, a week and a strength the price action. That will help you to also to make informed investment decision. Quick one, just like I have said, quickly look at let's take these two today. We're using our T line as usual and also 21 days, the same exponential so that we can see the strength and the weakness, using your price action alone. Yes, you can see already here that this is 9. We have to change it to 8. I have to change it to 8 as we speak. Need to change it to 8 as we speak. Change it to 8, as I use our T line. Then the next one we're also going to bring another line. This one not a T line now. This one but also exponential. We're going to use 21 days instead of 20. We're using 8 exponential. I'm going to use 21 right now, so you can understand what I mean here. This one 2 1 and sorry, the color here now we want to take the color to red so that we can know the one we're working with. Yes, help us to make yes. I'm not calling other indicators now, but I want to tell how to trade with what strength and weakness using what price action. But I'm not calling other, but you can see that volume is still in our chart. But the good thing is that you can see that at this point, you see when you see a big candlestick, you can see this out in technical we call this three soldiers. You can see it how strong here. But after the strength, what you see, you saw a weakness here, and that is red one. But it didn't last. It continued here, try to rebound. But markets are trended at this period. At this period, what we call consolidation or a market rebounding or anyone where we start trending or you call it here. But before you see that there was strength also came, and this strength was also for 2 good days. What for again? You saw weakness. You see that the candlestick or the price action will tell you weakness and strength in the market for you to know what to do. But when it was at this point the market was also starting here, you remember it break out here, and also if you look at it, the green one, the blue line, and what is 8 days, what is 21 days. But when the market, the index action is above them, so that the market is strength. That's momentum, strong momentum in the market because it's above the T line and also but that is a strength market. And even when the market was trending, that it is not below the 2 days moving average. It's slightly below or flat on the 8 days moving average, which is our T line, the green one. But you can see that 21 is level. That's a strong market for you. But in all, you can see that after a little pullback here, the strength came back to the market again, and that was sustained. You can see we are seeing a big candles here, a sign of what also review that what the market is becoming stronger. The momentum in the market is strong, and the more it goes further from the T line, the more you see that the market is also strong. But the more you go further, it's also a sign that the market will return because it's within this range. If you know that when you see that the T line, the index action or price action is far from the T line, it's a sign that yes, it might likely rebound because they work together. The further is going better, the stronger. But when it comes back, it also market change direction in that regard. You can see here after you saw also weakness here and there, here before the market rebounded. You can see that this was a big candlestick, but unable to take off toward this bullish candle. But this is but cannot say this was bearish and government. No, because it's not overboard. Here it pulled back the second day, but also the reverse. You can see it again. This also you can see that strength and weakness also finding for direction. That here market is looking, but here you can see that it was the clear direction of market, but here market is trying to consolidate here, come down, come up. Hopefully you can see that because remain the peak of the market. Market have not broken down after 3 rally again. You saw that a big candlestick. This one is a sign that they need the market to go down, and then also crossing the T line again. Also, you can see that for 2 days it went down, try to recover See the same trend continue again. But also you can see that the more we are seeing that the T line and the T line and the 21 days moving average exponential, the more you see that wider, the more strength in the market. You can see here that they are almost flat here. But you can see the more the market is going up, the more they are seeing a kind of expansion between the two. Say that market is also strong. These are the things that you should notice when you are using a strength and weakness to trade in the market. It's very, very important that I notice. But also at this point, you can see that it tested that market was what below the T line. That's a sign of weakness also. But at this level, market tries to resist decline. Because you can take your line here to see a major support level here at this point and draw it here for this level before it went to. Let's take it to this level straight to this level 5. You can see it here. Yeah, good. You can see also you can also take it here. Good. Let's start from here also. Let me start from here because some of the same. This is the peak of the market. 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 Yes, you can see it here. Yeah, you can see. Even when we'll draw this one further down here. Okay, let me just make it so that you can see what I mean here. If you take this one from here also to this level. Yeah, I think you get the picture now. You can see that market was consolidated at this point, even when it didn't touch here. But when you see strength and weakness at this point going up and down, market is starting for direction. But we come to a level where the shorter moving average, came below the longer one, but it didn't stay there again because market was also at this point trying to resist further decline. You can see bearish engulfing here. You can see bull here, but this one was higher than this one. It changed the direction. Next day you saw it here before the market is from what we call a hammer. You can see that a hammer is what a wick with what a short candle here, short space here. After the hammer, what you see? You see an uptrend that the market also came back powerfully, tried to test the former high, but it didn't get there. But there was a good rebound from here. You can see the market strength also before you now see another weakness again. But looking at it, you also look at where is the T line and also where is the 21 days moving average. That's that the two are markets are both the two here before also weakness came again. It came down, but when you see the price action, breaking the two T line and also is a sign of weakness. You can see it here. Market was weak in this period of month of April. Then this way it came also break down the strong support level here. It came down, but it didn't stay much again. It came up. You can see after market I remained below that for a couple of weeks before it rebounded now to find its level to where it is now. It tells you that you must look at what the market is doing at any time. The good thing is that market is also at this point, but market is also ranging and also consolidating. A breakout from here will give us a direction. But the good thing is that because we are approaching the early season, we expect that the market will break out on what? On the strength of the numbers on economic data. That is why inflation figure that is coming this week on the 15th, and also the earnings is keeping up. For we have seen most of the companies having on the 13th for their board meeting to approve their results. Some on the 16th. This is also going to shape the market. But the good thing is that the market, for me, is not doing badly as we speak at all. Good is also, if you look at it, it's likely staying flat on what? Flat on the T line right away. If market is trading at the T line on the T line, it says that market is still relatively strong. But once you see this information that will prove it down, and I believe that this earnings we're expecting will be a boost for the market, and that's why all eyes are still on a half-year result that will change the market with more interest expectation from companies, and also we're seeing recent March year-end account, their dividends, and also the one that came from the latest one that is also pushing Konoe. I think that the trend, but all you need to do that you need to position in right stocks and use your chart to know is that, like I say, trade the chart than trade the news, because the chart will tell you the attitude, the psychology of people in the market. You need to have this at the back of your mind. But before we finally call it a day for today, we want to look at the strength we are seeing in other stocks that are gaining in the market. Quickly want to use also the same candlesticks to check. Let's quickly look at what is happening in Veritas, because this stock has remained on the top. Why? Because we are seeing the good numbers coming from say kind of some momentum following the stock, and that momentum is what is the attraction now. Because when you see momentum on the stock, it gives you insight what is happening there. That momentum is very, very important that we must understand anytime, any day. What you can see here, that what I've just said, you can discuss, we have discussed already. You can see that it's above the T line. You can see how far it has gone. 26 tried to resist the decline. It came down, it went up again. The stock is earning almost at the 130. That means for investors that have this stock as from 1 naira, at this point, profit taking might slow it down, but that will not tell you that is the end of the day. And if you look at the resistance that has broken here, the resistance that has broken at this point, that gone to this level, came down, also you are booking also another latest resistance, now going up again. This stock would went at the end of the day, but I see that is a positive signal we're seeing for the stock. You have to hold your position if you are in these stocks. But if you are in profit, I will tell you, take your profit. Don't be carried away with our up market. You need to know when to take the profit. It's very, very important. Corn oil also is a stock that we have seen some momentum as market react to what, to dividend news or corporate action. You can see it here on the chart here on a sharp one. See trading above the T line and also above 21 line. You can see that this stock, there has been a resistance for the stock, tested it, came down, it remained. But because also this stock on the daily chart, you might not get a full gist because of what the rate of side trending. That's why if you really want to trade this stock, it is their any season or corporate action season that you see movement in this stock, so that you will know and understand different stock on the exchange, when to be in and when to be out. But with this candlestick we have seen for 3 days, you can see what is happening. Let's look at the 1 hour chart for this stock and see what is it. On 1 hour chart, you can see that the stock has gone up, came down again, still on, you can see it came down. On the same day, you can see that it's still trading flat on here. You can see the position of the stock now. For me, profit taking activity is already showing on the stock, but still above the T line. If you have entered the stock around the 100 naira, around this 40 naira to almost 139, which almost 140, you have made a good return. How much did they pay? They paid at 10 naira 50 kobo, and you have made 10 naira or you have made 20 naira, you are better off. Depends on your investment objective. On this note, I will say thank you for the cutting here today. We'll see you on Wednesday, hopefully by God's grace. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. Bye.